Hey friends, it's me, Micah. This is the Homestead Bandwagon. I'm headed into work this morning. We are going to go check out a tractor that just hit the market, the Kioti CS2530. It's brand new, but it has a feature on it that might be a little bit controversial, might kind of freak some people out. And we are going to get into it, but first we'll check out the tractor, see the features on it, and then we're going to talk about this technology on it. It's honestly going to wig some people out. So, yep, here we go. So we're checking out this little feller. This is the Kioti CS2530 cab tractor, brand new to the market. We're just going to walk around it, get inside it, get a first look. I'm excited. This thing just came off the trailer. We're just going to see what it's got going on. Now, there's one thing on this tractor that is going to make some people lose their minds. So if you want to put on your tinfoil hat, it might bother you. It's called telematics. It talks to the spaceships out there. It's very scientific. I'm not quite sure on what's going on, but we're not going to talk about that now. We're going to talk about that when we're inside the tractor. Let's check out the outside first. Okay, so it might look big, but this is a subcompact tractor, about as subcompact as you can get. This is a loader on her. It's got the skid steer compatible quick connect. That's great. You can option on a bucket hook, which you don't see that very often. You got some, what's this? Some exciting looking silver plastic embellishments. That's a real stunner. Maybe we'll open up the hood in a sec here. Couple lights up top, got some side mirrors, locks on either side for opening the doors. Regular 3-point. There's glass down here so you can see down as to what's going on with the 3-point. Looks like LEDs here. Little antenna for the radio, I would expect. We got some spaces here, these access panels for getting into your air cleaner, because this has heat and AC, so we want to keep the dust out from inside of the cab. Fuel tank on the side instead on the hood. That's cool. This does have rear wheel weights, which are a must. You should also probably get weight in these tires, because this cab, I found, it kind of makes the thing trundle around a bit. It gets a little top heavy. Okay, now how do you open the hood on this thing? There's a drain plug for your axle. There's a little drain tube under here. How do you open this thing? Hold on, let's see. There's got to be a way to open this thing. There's your oil filter right there. You can get to that without opening this. There's got to be like a latch or a release somewhere. Usually there's just a little bar right here. Let's keep looking. I don't see anything. Is it inside? Doesn't just open from the front, does it? Got a little latch here. Okay, I found it. There's a little button here, I think. Oh, pull it. Bop it. What do we do? I pulled it down. This has got to be it. Got to be. Let me put the phone down so I can try to get in here and do this. There we go. Whew. That one might have to get loosened up a little bit. There's just a little cable going up here. Okay, battery, radiator, removable screen, alternator, mufflator. windshield wiper fluid aider, air cleaner, some wires, 2 struts. Here's your little horn if you want to replace that with a Wooga horn. All right, lots of engine stuff. Have we seen enough of that? Looks pretty easy to get to. I don't know where the fuel filter is. That might be on the back. I don't know. A lot of times they're under the fender here. Nope. Yep. There it is. Fuel filter. Right there. In the wheel well. You don't change that around too much, right? All right, let's take a quick look underneath here. There's your hydro filter. The other filter must be around under there somewhere. Some little adjustment points for your hydro pedals. I don't know, we'll go hunting for the rest of the filters later. Let's get in this inside this thing and take a look. Not too bad getting in and out. It's not terrible. You got to use that tilt wheel to get in and out, but it's not bad. So we got some carpet here. This is for sound deadening. So this is for selecting your PTO. So if you want to work just the rear, the mid, and the rear, or just the rear. This is the height of your mow deck. Got some power outlets here. Yeah, so you can charge your old cellular telephone. Some controls for whether we're working off the stereo or just the auxiliary input. Little cup holder. This rear glass opens. Rear windshield wiper, it looks like. Front windshield wiper, of course. Little sun visor. Here's your heat and AC controls. Little dome light. Little switch there for who knows what, because there's nothing in it right now. Oh geez, we got a huge quality control issue here. This little panel popped out. So this is for recirculating the air or accepting outside air in. So if we're really in a dusty situation, you could flip that switch. We'll just fix that later. I'll edit this out. All right, let's get inside here. What else we got? There's your rear locker. There's your 3-point, the speed at which it drops. There's your 4-wheel drive. This looks like your park and brake. Got a little horn. There's your switches for all your stuff. Tilt steering wheel, which is nice because this is big in here, but you got to be able to tilt the steering wheel up to get in most cases. This is your range select for your transmission, high or low. There's the height of your 3-point, PTO, your lights, your rear defrost, your joystick control. Looks like they got a PTO, not a PTO cruise, but an RPM cruise, throttle, and then your hydrostatics. I like those side-by-side hydros. And a little lock here, transport lock for your joystick, so you can lock it so it don't move. All right, we're getting in. So, tons of visibility. I mean, this thing is a giant fishbowl. Little echoey in here, but not too terrible. But I mean, we just have visibility all over this place. This thing is more glass than anything. Do these open? Are these a vent? What's going on here? Holy smokes. Yeah, you can just pull this straight out, this piece of glass, and then reach down here for if you want to drop your loader. So you just reach through that little access, that little porthole. That's kind of cool. It's got that on either side. How neat's that? As far as leg room goes, okay, I'm 6'1", 240. I'm not too squashed too bad in here. I'll put the camera outside so you can kind of see in a sec. But let's just keep looking at visibility here. Handles for opening and closing the doors. These go all the way around. That's pretty nice. For getting in, there's a handle right here. That's nice. I mean, the visibility on this thing's awesome. If I didn't have that SMB in the way, we could look through that little piece of glass there. And I have a lot of headroom. We'll flip the camera around. Plenty of headroom here. Even if you're bouncing around in the seat, which by the way, this has an air seat in it, you're not going to bump your head, which is nice. I'm pretty roomy in here. I can stretch my arms, I can move my elbows, I can put my hand all the way forward and not touch the front glass. My head's not hitting the back glass. This is a very small tractor, but a very large cab for what it is. Pretty amazing. But yeah, I have tons of leg room here. We can stretch the camera out a little ways. So I am not all squashed up in here by any means. Wish you could see my legs. I wish I had a camera crew here with me. There we go. So my feet are on the pedals. I'm not totally squashed with the steering wheel in my lap. I do need to actually use the tilt steering wheel to move the steering wheel towards me to operate this. So this thing's pretty big inside. Sound level's not terrible. Let's turn it on and see what the sound level's like. And I think there's some fun stuff going on the screen. Let me flip the camera around. Excellent camera work today, by the way. So I'm going to take this thing back to my place, ideally, and actually try it out. This is just a first look. All right. Look at this space-aged technology. Oh, my goodness. There's so much going on here. I'm going to turn off the HVAC. Look at this. Okay, so it tells us we're in neutral, which is something a lot of people have asked for. There's something on the dashboard telling you if you're neutral or high range or low range, voltage on your battery, PTO hours versus engine hours. How cool is that? And we're going to see something here. I have started this up once already. Oops, you got to push down the brake. See that? It's telling you you have to push down the brake to start it. And we have to be in neutral, which I guess it doesn't say it's in neutral. It was gray, so we weren't in neutral. Now we're in neutral. See this LTE light? We're going to talk about this thing. This thing communicates back to the Kioti mothership through some telematics, so we'll talk about that. Okay, sound level is not bad in here. It's not super loud at idle. I'm going to turn the RPMs up all the way. It is marginally louder. Probably a third or half louder. I don't know how sound levels work. It's not feeling like you need hearing protection. Probably not a bad idea to wear it. I can talk over it. I could probably have a conversation on the phone, but you'd hear the engine in the background. This engine, to my understanding, let me shut this down real quick. This engine, to my understanding, was a redesigned engine from Kioti. I believe it's the same engine they're putting in their new diesel lawnmower, which seems weird, but lawnmowers need a lot of torque to do what they do, and they wanted to build just a world-class diesel lawnmower that sips the gas. And from my first customer who bought one of those lawnmowers, it's incredible. I understand, and I may be wrong, that they used that same engine in this tractor because it had more torque than the engine that they were putting in the other CS tractors. And you need a good amount of torque to move this whole extra bit of weight with the cab around without, just having the thing bogged down all the time. So my understanding is new engine. First impressions on this thing, awesome, huge cab. My biggest regret on our tractor is we did not buy a cab. My next tractor is going to have a cab. No matter what, it has to have a cab. Heat and AC are a must, which this has. Loader lift capacities, if you look them up, fantastic on this tractor. First impressions, I'm liking it. But what's up with this telematics thing? So the telematics on this tractor is a cell phone signal that's sending information back to the mothership. You can opt out if you want, but basically it'll send error information back to the mothership. If this tractor's in an error mode, they'll get that information, they'll collect that data, and they can do live updates. I don't really understand what they're going to do with the information, to be honest with you, but that's what they're saying. It's going to beam information back to the mothership, including if this thing rolls, it'll send a warning back to somebody. So I haven't signed up a customer with the telematics yet. You know that these Kioti tractors have the telematics when there's a bunch of silver stuff in them. So like right down here, there's a bunch of silver writing and piping around all of these icons. That's how we know these things have the telematics on them. So there's your secret. And there'll be a little LTE thing showing you that you have a cell phone signal on the screen. So part of that situation is you download this app, and it kind of connects your phone to the tractor, so you know how many hours you're on the tractor, what maintenance you need on the tractor. It also sends that data back to the mothership in Korea, right? Because this thing has like a cell phone signal coming out of it. It tells Korea where the tractor is. There's tracking on it. So ostensibly, you could track where your tractor is, which is kind of cool. From what I hear is these things have the tractor activated. Once they're built, when they're coming across the ocean, they can see every tractor coming across the ocean. So kind of an interesting setup, that telematics. You can opt out of it if you want, but I think most people want to keep it just for the tracking. So if somebody, steals your tractor, you could find it. That's kind of cool. Okay, this is first look. I'm going to try to get this thing back to the house and actually use it and get some real world data, but I was just really excited to check out this tractor and just post a first look at it as soon as it came off the truck. So stay tuned. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you want to find out more about this thing. I'm going to take it back to our property, try it out, and see how it does. All right, y'all. We'll see you.